boy?
Just wondering what y'all done.
Is he legal?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grown. My birthday just passed.
How old is you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19.
Huh? What?
19.
19? See, you can't even talk right. You can't be old enough for me.
Can we get a 360? Like, no disrespect. But my auntie, nigga. You want 360?
Yeah.
Auntie! Ah!
Recently, this clip of Rakai has been going viral. How old is this woman? And why is she throwing butt around a kid? We need to talk about how there is this weird complicitness around allowing children, but more specifically Rakai, to be around grown adults, and the sexual environments he's been in despite being a kid is starting to feel like nobody really cares about him. But I'm a quit yapping. We got a lot to talk about. You already know I'm the hood Socrates, and let's start commenting for the algorithm. Now, obviously the elephant in the room is that Rakai is a child. He recently turned 17 and he's in these rooms with grown women being mad sexual. But before I talk about that, let's talk about some other things that concern me. Let's start with his safety and the adult influences he's around. We all know Rakai is liable to doing some stupid public surrounds, and some of that is a direct product of being surrounded by adults who are not truly his guardians and who are not obligated to raise him. And because he's around grown men who are young and honestly pretty dumb at times, he gets into stuff like this.
We got the music or no?
Yeah, play that. You gotta accept your order. Accept the first pickup. Play that.
Oh, oh my God. Oh, what's I play?
This is Rai taking both hands off the wheel while driving. I don't even have to really speak more on this. That is extremely dangerous. And he was 16 here, streaming alone, driving alone, and on his phone. And it makes you question where the hell is this boy's mom? And I want to talk about her a little later in the video, but my point is that he could have lost his life and he's still a kid, whether he's popping on the internet or not. And I'm not here to hate on a young okay. And I'm actually happy to see a young black boy not in the mud. But let's just make sure we're doing it right, because 5 years from now when he got to reflect on this, I hope it doesn't bring him pain. The thing is that it's easy to ignore the ramifications of what we allow young black boys to do because society sees them as older or more mature. I'll come back to that line of thinking in a second.
I'm gonna get my homies to kill you. I'm gonna get my homies to rob you in the room.
But you know he just saying that out of...
No, he said that multiple times. He said in the football game too.
saying that to say that, and he's just mad.
He said the football game too, so I'm gonna get niggas to kill you.
Dads love you and he'll never do nothing to you.
All that. He said that to me, straight to my face.
You say shit to people, you say, listen,
I
when he
didn't
said
say
you,
nothing to him. I didn't say
listen,
nothing to
you
him.
are a kid, listen. You say shit to people, listen, you say shit to people sometimes you don't mean.
I went in the room, he said, on my dick. I said, tell him
Dads
to
would never, he would never.
I don't know if y'all remember this, but Dez and Rakai had an altercation where Dez got out of body and he was threatening to harm him. It was a huge situation that everyone talked about. But once again, why is a child even over there? Why did that situation even happen to begin with? Rakai was 16 and he was in an altercation with a grown man. People around him are truly failing him. I think people tend to excuse this stuff due to the fact that Rakai has made a shitload of money from it. But if you can excuse the fact that Rakai is constantly around grown men who aren't trying to guide him or properly mentor him just because he's making money, you're part of the problem. You have placed monetary gain over the safety and well-being of a child. And I just think that's not right.
I don't want to play this card, but it's partially my fault because there's no consequence with what he does. So like, I never take it there with his parents or his mom and shit. You feel me? Because I see the good in Rakai. I mean, I actually feel like Rakai will be the biggest. I think he's going to be the biggest in the world. That's why I always be lenient with him. But to a certain extent, I had to remember, and we have to remember, that he is a little kid.
That's Kai saying he doesn't take nothing up with my dukes because he thinks Rakai will be the biggest. And honestly, he really might just be the biggest streamer in the future. But why is grooming him into being the top streamer taking priority over making sure he's not doing things that potentially harm him? And I really don't understand why nobody raised more eyebrows at this clip when it initially was dropped or when Kai initially said it. And maybe even Kai had good intentions when he was saying it. But the truth of the matter is that that's incredibly irresponsible. As the person who Rakai is around a lot of the time, it's partially his duty to make sure he's okay and to make sure that he's not being harmed, and to make sure that his well-being is straight. Putting monetary gain and internet clout over that is highly questionable. So with that being said, I want to take a look at some recent events that were really frying me. Starting with the White Chicks cosplay, because that was just rubbing me wrong for a while. I didn't know how to make a video on it until now.
We lost Rakai. Blah, 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 blah. On a mission at Rushro. Y'all so quick to say him and Rushro. I believe in Jesus Christ and only Jesus Christ. The f***? Like, bitch, I can wear a bust down one time? The f***? No. You feel me? Hold on!
If I'm being honest, Rai, you can wear a bust down. I don't really care. The issue isn't the buzz down though, but it's the fact that not only does it feel like a humiliation ritual, but the fact that there's clearly a sexual element to it. The started twerking, bro? Are we going to act like seeing a 16-year-old who is in a feminine cosplay twerking for thousands to see is okay? Whatever Rakai does in his free time is whatever he does. But the implications here are weird as hell, twin. It's so weird. Tried to make it about him doing whiteface, but I see a black boy engaging in digital minstrel for virality. Mind you, he pulled up on stream dancing and he was pulling his shirt up and stuff. I just think that's a little gross. Also, the internet is forever, and looking back at this has to have some type of psychological effects. Well, it might. I hope it doesn't, but it definitely might. But now, let's talk about the Shay Freaky Frost, a man who has no qualms about bringing grown women around this underage kid. Mind you, nobody will bat an eye because the truth of the matter is that black boys are not protected, not even in the streaming space.
Who this little boy?
Just wondering what y'all done.
Is he legal?
Yeah. Listen, I'm grown. My birthday just passed.
How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
19.
Huh? What?
19.
19? See, you can't even talk right. You can't be old enough for me.
Can we get a 360? Like, no disrespect.
My auntie, nigga.
You
want 360?
Yeah.
Auntie. Oh, lady.
Okay. This clip is so disgusting. But I'm not faulting Rakai, by the way. He's a young man. But who I am faulting, though, is the adults. Starting with the Shay, for lying about Rakai's age, and the woman who clearly knew Rakai was not grown, but she still gave that 360 and started getting freaky or whatever. That is predatory. There is no other word to describe it. Putting a child in a room where grown women are being sexual is predatory. Not to mention, we know that Shaw Frost is incredibly hypersexual. Like he has a big problem that the entire internet knows, but for some reason people just kind of ignore it, cause he be joking. Where I'm finding fault is that he's quite literally putting Rakai in a position to be just like him. We don't need no more DeFreaky Frost. If anything, that dude should still be banned, but that's just my opinion. But does nobody care that Rakai is literally around this freak monster, freak weirdo, and he's putting him in a position where he could potentially be the same? Being around all this sexual stuff is how you make a kid hypersexual, but nobody gives a damn apparently. Then there was this other clip that I had found, and this was the caption.
Deshae Frost and Rakai were overly freaked out when Deshae's cousins started throwing it back for them.
Number 1. Why is Deshae always incest baiting? Like, these are super weird things to say and weird things to like label these women that he's getting on. And also, I just don't want to show this clip like I've been saying. These are grown women being weird around a child, and I just don't want to keep showing that. And still, I'm left to ask, why does nobody care? But I know the answer, and that's because black boys are seen as more mature. People use this flawed logic to perpetuate and normalize the victimization of young black boys. Now, I will say there are people on Twitter who are condemning this. But I just don't feel like going and showing you all the tweets calling it out, because what we need are bigger content creators to stop purposely ignoring the fact that a black boy is being groomed. Rakai is literally being groomed in plain sight, and nobody on the website cares. They got this young man in rooms with grown women, and he has these grown women being real weird, and nobody will speak up about it, and it's so gross. And as for his mom, she is definitely letting her son down.
Good now. So this is gonna be like a little hard. I've been actually wanting to know this. Do you miss just waking up, going to school, and being a normal 16-year-old? Do you miss that?
Yes.
That's truthful. Aww. That's truthful. Yeah. You miss it?
Yeah. Nah, I do. Sometimes I do. Yo, my, take it off.
Okay.
My you take off my homework now.
And she says it makes her a little sad that he misses being normal. But I'm just like, protect your son. God damn. Protect black boys from this over-sexual rigomero. And someone just needs to condemn Dia Frost. I'm tired of him being at the scene of every freaky crime. It's starting to get a little irritating. So, with that being said, I do hope someone says something. Obviously, it's not going to happen because none of these streamers are really morally aligned. They're all pretty evil. I do hope the Shay gets condemned a little more for putting a little kid in these rooms. But, as I've been saying, I say it all the time, these streamers, not even human for real. Like, they gotta be demons masquerading as humans. Cause a real human with the heart is going to see this predatory stuff. They're going to say that's weird and get that young man away. That's really all I had to say. Subscribe for more unsolicited opinions because these are my opinions. At the end of the day, this is how I feel. But y'all be blessed. I'm going to get up out of here. Bye bye.